The following is an exclusive presentation of the Carolina Panthers and the National Football League.
Mills has a touchdown! Touchdown! Here we are going to the NFC Championship game. Taken down. Ryan Burns in trouble. Flicks it out of the backfield. Picked off Pigley. Touchdown! Over the middle, intercepted. Peppers coming back the other way. Leaping grab for touchdown.
Hello everyone and welcome inside the Panthers Huddle powered by AWS. I'm your host Kristen Balboni. Well, I hope everyone had a safe and happy Halloween this past week, and honestly, I don't know if I still have a sugar rush from all the candy or from that overtime thriller the team had last Sunday against the Falcons. It was a game where both teams traded what appeared to be game-winning haymakers late, but neither team would stay down. And we'll dive back into that game coming up soon. But the Panthers are on to Cincinnati. The team was back on the practice field this week, gearing up for a matchup with the Bengals. Quarterback PJ Walker is set to make another start, and not only has he earned that right, he's also earned the confidence of the players in the locker room.
Gaining the trust of the guys around me, that's where it starts. It starts with the trust, and it gives me the confidence and the freedom to go out there and play free. So for me, it's just to go out there and have the guys around me rely on me and expect me to do my job, and the same vice versa for me for them. I expect them to do their job while they out there. So for all of us is to go out there and be productive. It's me just getting comfortable with the guys. That's it. Football is football for me. But at the end of the day, I need to be comfortable with the guys around me, and I am.
PJ might have had the play of the year with his touchdown to DJ Moore last Sunday, but it wasn't the only storyline coming out of that thriller against Atlanta. Derek Brown had 12 tackles in a career day against the Falcons, and D'Onta Foreman had 3 touchdowns to go along with 118 yards on the ground. And we haven't even talked about all the late game twists and turns that had fans losing their voices, screaming at their TVs. Let's take one more look back in this week's Bojangles Rewind.
And welcome inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta. Just like we drew it up a few weeks ago, first place in the NFC South is on the line as the Falcons and the Panthers get ready for the opening kickoff. The snap, Mariota back to throw. Steps up, launches deep downfield for Damiere Byrd. It's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it off.
Outstanding center field play by Dante right there. Dante with outstanding coverage.
This will be a 37-yard attempt. The ball on the left hash. The snap, the hold, and Eddie Piñeiro's kick is good, and Carolina is on the board. The snap, fake to Algier, Mariota, end zone, Kyle Pitts, middle of the end zone, hauls it in for an Atlanta touchdown. Walker's in the gun, Foreman is the running back. The snap to give us to Foreman. Running behind his left guard, and he sneaks in. D'Onta Foreman tried the middle and then went right behind the left guard, and the Panthers have their first touchdown, and they retake the lead. Walker the snap, backpedals, they set up the screen.
Oh, no.
It's intercepted, picked off by the Falcons. Running left side, that's Lorenzo Carter, and he's into the end zone.
Worst case scenario right there.
Atlanta takes a 14-10 lead into halftime with first place in the NFC South on the line. Mariota, now the screen pass to Algier. He's got an opening, 20, outside the numbers, 10, 5, looking for the end zone. Did he get there? He did. Touchdown Falcons. Ricci is the fullback, Foreman the deep back. Goal line formation, they give us to Foreman, charging ahead, gets the push, touchdown, Carolina!
He got absolutely stopped in the backfield about the 1-yard line and just found something inside of him to get it in the end zone.
And the Panthers will go for 2 to try to tie this game. Walker in the shotgun takes the snap, they give it to Foreman, why not? Once again, plowing forward, no signal, and he got it! 2-point conversion, good! And we are tied at 21 with 11:46 to go in the fourth.
Leg day.
Falcons showing blitz. Instead they rush 3. PJ fires, he completes. It's Marshall, breaks a tackle, 30, near sideline 20, stays in bounds and tumbles down to the 10-yard line. PJ Walker continues to make big-time throws in this second half. Twins to the right, Walker the snap. Hands off Foreman, up the middle, breaks a tackle. 5,
Touchdown.
2, touchdown! Deontay Foreman from 12 yards out, tumbling, spinning, pretzeling into the end zone, and he's given the Panthers the lead, and that is 3 touchdowns now for Deontay Foreman. Zacchaeus motions in the backfield. Mariota the snap out of the gun, rolls to his right, fires, completes. It's Demir Bird. He's got the 30. He's got the 20, still going, 10, 5, touchdown Demir Bird has given Atlanta the lead, 30-28 with 2:14 to go in regulation. So the Panthers have 75 yards to go, no timeouts, 36 seconds left. And here's P.J. Walker back out to lead this offense. Walker remains in the gun. 3-man rush, takes the snap, drops back, rolls to his left. He's flushed, loads up, airs it deep downfield for DJ Moore. Behind his man, Moore makes the catch. He caught the ball. DJ Moore caught the ball.
How did that happen?
Touchdown Carolina. This is amazing. This will be a 48-yard extra point. The snap, the hold, Pinheiro drives his leg through, the kick is up, and no good!
Oh my gosh!
We've got overtime at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, 34-34. The snap, the fake to Algier, Mariota in the pocket, stands in, hit as he throws it, deep downfield, contested ball, intercepted, C.J. Henderson. He's got midfield to the Falcon 40, down the sideline 30, 20.
Yes!
And the Panthers take over inside the Falcon 20. And a field goal to win this game coming for Eddie Pinheiro. The snap, Hecker the hold, Pinheiro, the kick, it's up, and he missed it. And the Falcons get not just a second wind, but now Atlanta can end the game on this possession. This will be a 41-yarder for the win. The snap, the hold, the kick by Koo. It's up, and it's good, and the Falcons win it 37-34, and one of the most exciting games between these two franchises, and Atlanta now takes control of the NFC South.
This exclusive presentation of the Carolina Panthers Television Network is brought to you in part by Bank of America, official bank of the Carolina Panthers. Closed captioning for the Panthers Television Network is provided by Charlotte Eye, Ear, Nose, and Throat Associates, helping you enjoy the sights and sounds of the NFL all season long.
Welcome back to the Huddle. I am joined now by Coach Wilks. Coach, it's great to see you.
Good seeing you as well.
And I know this team is firmly focused on Cincinnati at this point in the week, but we haven't had a chance to talk to you since the Atlanta game. What was the message in the locker room after a hard-fought game like that?
The first thing I told those guys, I got them in there as close as we could get. And I said, the reason why I have you guys in here so close, because this is the only way we're going to fight through this. By being together, not pointing fingers. Everybody had a hand in this loss. And those guys understood that. And they, was disappointed in how we didn't finish the game. And they came back on Monday excited and ready to get back to work. So I'm pleased with how we're progressing throughout the week.
P.J. Walker, another incredible story coming out of that game. I mean, the 62-yarder. There were several throws, some big-time plays from P.J. How are you feeling about the way that he is going to show up this week against the Bengals?
I love his confidence. I love his progression and how he just takes ownership of the offense. I think, supporting cast around him, starting with the offensive line, gives him that comfortability to be able to sit in the pocket and get the ball down the field. And you see other guys stepping up like Terrace, doing a great job. DJ playing phenomenal, being the receiver that we know he is. So I'm excited about PJ moving forward.
And in the case of whether it was the pick six or some of the overthrows in that game, how can he limit his mistakes and do more of the great things that we've seen from him?
Well, we always talk about protecting the football and just, really going through your progression of reads and being patient. I will say this because a lot of people really don't know that interception wasn't his fault. Icky did a quick set and didn't really get the defensive lineman up the field. And then Foreman should have came across and sort of bought a little bit of time And PJ didn't see it and just threw it out there. So again, when I said at the end of the game that we all had our hand in this, I mean, it's so true.
And then just overall, Coach, you know, put up 38 points in this game. There's some big plays from the defense. And how do you feel about the potential of this team as you go into Cincinnati and then the Thursday night game and all the games beyond that?
Well, I've said for several weeks now that, you know, there's so much talent on this team. And we're just like real close, and we continue to get there. We have to find a way to really get over the hump and finish. I'm excited about, you know, the direction in which we're going. I like the leadership and the way these guys are stepping up in that locker room and really what I consider taking ownership of this team. Shaq, Burns, you know, Taylor Moton, all those guys. So we're in a good spot when it comes to leadership.
All right, Coach, thank you so much, as always, for the time.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
This exclusive presentation of the Carolina Panthers Television Network is brought to you in part by Bank of America, official bank of the Carolina Panthers.
Mariota steps up, launches deep downfield for Demir Bird. It's intercepted.
Oh yeah, Dante. Oh yeah! Yeah! Stop playing. Let's go. Let's go. Good run, good run. They really don't want to tackle me, bro. I know they don't. Be at the side, like, bro, when you get your opportunity, bro, go make the best of it, bro. You feel me? Like I always tell you, you went from undrafted, bro, to I hit 53. You feel me? Like, that's big, bro, and you deserve to be here.
That was just a snippet from running back Deontay Foreman, who was mic'd up for his monster game against the Falcons. You can head over to the Panthers official YouTube channel to watch the full version of that. And I promise, if you weren't a Foreman fan before checking this out, you will be after. Meanwhile, one player fans have already gotten to know well this season is first-round pick Ikem Ekwonu. This week, Icky was on hand to help serve as a judge as the Carolina Panthers partnered with Honeywell and DigiBridge to host a sustainability challenge for 22 Charlotte middle school students. Each of the 6 teams were tasked with coming up with unique ideas for ways to make game day more environmentally friendly. Check it all out in this week's Coke Community Spotlight.
Nice to see you. Welcome to Honeywell. I'm so happy to have you today. All right, so we have 22 kids here from various middle schools here in Charlotte, primarily like STEM education, STEM-focused schools. They have all been working with Honeywell engineers to kind of give them, kind of background on how to be looking at this project. They're primarily improving the recycling operations at the Bank of America Stadium.
Good luck. Don't be nervous. We're all friends here. These are friendly judges, and they just want you to do your best.
So we saw some amazing projects tonight. So there were a couple around composting and how we basically collect the food at the stadium and compost that. There were some around use of plastics and recycling, and instead using reusable containers or using more biodegradable materials. So the kids really thought pretty thoroughly about the beginning to the ending of the whole time people are at the stadium and how to think about recycling and sustainability.
Thank you. You are tall.
I think a lot of our students could see themselves in Icky, and it means a lot for them to have someone so influential validate their experiences and their ideas, so that they know that their dreams be made true right here in Charlotte by working for these high-tech companies and being a part of projects like this.
The winner is Haxies for your Staxies. And I want to personally invite all the children to come to the game and celebrate you guys' time and effort and the work you guys put in. So thank you guys again for your presentations. You can see, everything going on with climate change and stuff like that. That was, a major harping point. A lot of kids talked about it. Talked about the correlation between food waste and recycling stuff and climate change. So obviously it's a problem that they're already aware of. So it's a problem that it's really our job to try and fix it while we can.
Welcome back to the Huddle. I am here with Panthers legend Thomas Davis. TD, it's my first chance getting to talk to you since that game in Atlanta. What did you make of it?
It was a tough game. My voice just came back, KB, from sitting at home watching it. So I can only imagine what the players are going through right now. But
One of the things about this league, you don't have a long time to mourn or to celebrate. You got to move on. You got to be ready for the next game. There were some things that we can take away from this football game and be absolutely excited about. You know, as players, as coaches, as fans, as former players, we can take away the fact that, you know, this team got down and it seemed like things were bleak. It was under a minute left in the game, and our quarterback, P.J. Walker, our starter, took us down the field, KB, and got us in position. DJ Moore made a heck of a catch, a play that literally can go down in Panther lore, minus the celebration process.
So, you know, there were so many storylines from this game. We covered a lot with Coach Wilks earlier in the show. But, you know, it's like you're getting down to like your 10th storyline, which is Derrick Brown had an incredible game in an incredible season. I thought you were the perfect guy to talk about the season and the game that he's been having.
Listen, there were a lot of defensive mistakes that were made, but one mistake after another continues to show up when guys aren't doing their jobs. Mm-hmm. But Derrick Brown did everybody's job, and we've seen it on one play. He literally beat one lineman, tackled the running back who didn't have the ball, and then went and tackled Marcus Mariota, which is not easy to do. As we saw later in that game, Marcus Mariota, he's very elusive. He's a guy that runs very well with the ball in his hand, but DB was able to do all three of those things in one play and really show how much he's matured, show the maturation process that he's been able to go through in his time in the league. And when you look at this guy go out and play and compete, he had over like 10 or 12 tackles.
7 in the first half, I believe.
As a D lineman, which is unbelievable. And I think that really speaks to, you know, him stepping up, being the guy that we all thought that he was going to be when he got drafted.
And he's going to have a great opportunity in this game against the Bengals with that offensive line not being able to protect Joe Burrow. We are going to talk about that. We're going inside TD's film room to break down the Bengals when we come back. So stay tuned. Welcome back. We are now inside TD's film room talking about this matchup with the Bengals. TD, if you are in the film room with the Panthers this week, what are you keying in on defense?
We got to take advantage of this offensive line. Everybody else that they've played has done that, and the teams that have not been successful at it, the Cincinnati Bengals have put up a ton of points on them. So this defensive line that we have constructed, they have to get out here and they got to make Joe Burrow uncomfortable. When you do that, you put yourself in position to win this football game.
All right, let's see what you got for us.
We're going to look at this formation. So this is an empty formation. No running backs in the backfield. You have 5 receivers that are eligible to get out, but you got guys in position because they also understand how bad their offensive line has been playing. So right now, let this play roll. Joe Burrow understands that his line has been struggling, but what our team also has to understand, let's stop it right here. The D-line, once they go empty, you guys are responsible for the quarterback. The guys on the back end, it's an empty set. So we have 5 guys that they have to worry about. So the D-line have to be disciplined in their rush, especially when you're going against a guy who I'll say is semi-athletic, because Joe Burrow is capable of running and beating you with his legs. So as you see on this play, Joe Burrow sees the pressure, he feels the pressure, he pulls the ball down, and he's not looking to run the ball. He's looking to find a guy downfield open. So it's important for our guys on the back end, if the quarterback escapes the pocket, we have to do what we call plaster. When we talk about plaster, you find the closest guy to you and literally you plaster to him. You stick to him. That's what this secondary has to do if the quarterback escapes the pocket in an empty formation, KB.
All right. So that is what could happen if Joe Burrow is able to escape the pocket. He is able to make plays, which we know he can do.
Yes.
What does it look like when Joe Burrow can't?
KB, now that's what I want to talk about. When you look at this game right here, Panther fans, you have seen this formation. This is literally the same look that we lined up in against Atlanta. Same look. Our 2 linebackers mugged over the centers, over the guards, and they're creating an illusion as if they're going to blitz. So what does that do? that makes this offensive line, it makes them freeze a little bit because they're thinking like, hey, I don't know where these guys are coming from. It's going to force Cincinnati to put extra guys in for protection. When you put extra guys in for protection, they cannot get out in route. So that definitely helps you out. So now we're going to let this play roll, and you're going to see Cincinnati do not trust each other. Literally, this offensive lineman should stay square and trust that his running back is going to chip Myles Garrett. If he stays square, he has a better opportunity to block this man. But what does he do? He don't trust and he panics. Once he panics, Myles Garrett does exactly what you're supposed to do when you get chipped. He spins and he gets Joe Burrow on the ground. Brian Burns is gonna capitalize off of plays just like this because they're going to do the same thing. They haven't learned their lesson. They've allowed their quarterback to get sacked so many times, and we're going to continue that trend.
All right, it's an exciting week ahead for the Panthers with those two games coming up. If you can't make it out to Bank of America Stadium, you can catch the game on Amazon Prime Video, or you can catch me and the rest of the radio crew locally on 99.7 The Fox. And if you are at the game, make sure you wear the all black, right? We got the memo today.
Listen,
got to have everybody in all black.
Definitely blacking out. I will be here.
And this TD will be the first time that we will see the all black helmets in action. I know you are so jealous about that.
I'm very jealous about that, KB. We begged for that for a long time, but these guys get to do it.
All right, so on behalf of the legendary Thomas Davis, on behalf of Coach Wilks and our entire Huddle crew, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time right here inside the Panthers Huddle.
You've been watching the Panthers Huddle, a copyrighted presentation of the Carolina Panthers and the NFL.